How's everybody doing? I'm Nick Banyard, and my topic is should embryonic stem cell research be permitted? Embryonic stem cell research. So, what is an embryonic stem cell? And also, what does researching them entail? As embryonic stem cells is a unique cell that is found in the early stages of development in a human embryo. These special cells have great potential to help advance science and medicine, not to mention the benefits many families will see from the research done on these cells. In order to analyze these cells and learn more from them, researchers must destroy a human embryo made up of about 150 cells to obtain the embryonic stem cells. Benefits of embryonic stem cell research. It is important to know all the positives to embryonic stem cell research so one can make an informed decision about where they fall on this topic. A quote from the 1999 article, Human Embryonic Stem Cell Research, Science and Ethics, written by Wright. Unlike any other type of cell, embryonic stem cells have the capacity to develop into any type of tissue in the body. He goes on to say how this simple fact about the embryonic stem cells have created an interest in the medical and science community to learn more about the cells because they could have the ability to learn more. They could have the ability to produce replacement tissues such as muscle, bone, and nervous tissue. Further research of these cells has promising potential in curing diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and things like spinal cord injury. It also has the ability to treat birth defects, replace or repair damaged organs, and also Alzheimer's disease. All of these illnesses have tremendous negative effects on an individual and their families. Any help we can give to lessen the pain for current and future individuals would mean a great deal to those suffering with these diseases. Moral ethical issues. Just like with any controversial topic, there are pros and cons to both sides. The moral and ethical issues we face when discussing embryonic stem cell research arise when the process to retrieve the cells is brought to the table. In order to obtain the embryonic cells, an embryo must be destroyed, which can be translated into destroying a potential human life. Questions like, is the embryo considered a human being? And is taking a potential human life necessary for the possible medical advancements derived from those cells? Are asked and found difficult to answer. In the case of whether an embryo is a human life or not, one might decide how they determine this based on their own personal beliefs. Certain religions believe that a life is created at conception while the law doesn't fully recognize an embryo or person. This illustrates the difficulties involved in this particular debate. The controversy. So to condense all of the viewpoints of this topic into two categories, we find ourselves analyzing two statements. The first statement is, should we continue embryonic stem cell research to alleviate pain and suffering for future individuals? Or the second viewpoint is our responsibility to respect the value of a potential human life more essential than it is to preserve future ones? The answer. While this is not a simple answer, I find that embryonic stem cell research should be permitted. The information gained from the research done with embryonic stem cells can eliminate the occurrence of painful birth defects, diseases, and can be used as a tool to help educate our medical professionals on illnesses that are not fully understood. This will help so many families in the future by either eliminating a horrible disease or by early diagnosis to help prepare and treat future individuals' illnesses. The benefits outweigh the negative effects in this situation, and that is what led me to the conclusion that in fact embryonic stem cell research should be permitted. Possible solutions. While I agree that the embryonic stem cell research should be allowed, there is always room for advancement in technology and medicine. Any way that allows for same research opportunities with fewer negative effects is ideal for everyone. One possible solution that has been created is blastomere extraction. This is a process that is performed on a 2-day-old embryo, which is made up of about 8 cells. Where the traditional embryonic cell research procedure obtains the cells at a later stage of development, when the embryo is made up of about 150 cells. Blastomere extension is a great solution because it allows the researchers to have access to the embryonic stem cells without destroying an embryo. This is a common ground research technique that satisfies both sides of the argument, leaving not one side being better than the other. And some more possible solutions. The use of an adult stem cells is another possible solution to the debate. This is a procedure that can extract stem cells from bone marrow, the umbilical cord after birth has taken place, circulating blood in some tissues. The stem cells found at these stages of development are different than embryonic stem cells and led to different findings. However, if more technology and research were to be done on the adult stem cells, we might be able to find the same solutions that medical professionals are looking for in embryonic stem cells. This alternative is not as effective as it needs to be, but it is possible. But it is a possible solution to be a big controversy. This is the conclusion to the issue. So to conclude my debate with the major takeaways one should have in their mind is that we can learn so much from embryonic stem cell research, and results from the research can lead to us saving future individuals and families from tremendous sufferings. Whether that suffering is from losing a child to a disease, giving birth to a child with a very painful illness, or eliminating the burden of the overwhelming amount of debt families find themselves in after a child has been hospitalized for quite some time. Everyone understands what is at stake here, a potential human life. Because the stakes are so high, the alternatives that have been created have proposed excellent solutions that professionals should spend excellent solutions that minimize the negative effects of stem cell research. Medical professionals should spend resources to improve the techniques that cause less harm. With that being said, we should want to create a world that is better than the way we found it, and the embryonic stem cell research can help with that. And these are some of the sources that I used, or all of the sources that I used. And if you would like to know more information about it, you can visit any more of these websites, and they'll give you a lot more information than I did. I just kind of hit the bullet points and gave you my viewpoint. And that's the end of my PowerPoint. So thank you.